Hello, everyone. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Patrick.
Ooh, welcome to Recon Specialist TV. We're trying to, keep up with the demand. Unfortunately, I'm in my living room right now.
Had a slightness problem, I understood from this weekend.
A moisture issue, yes. Unfortunately, my basement did flood. This is my laptop instead of my actual streaming PC, so the quality might be a little bit lower. Also, my voice might be a little bit more sultry, not as, high because my kids are asleep upstairs, and my wife is asleep in the next room, so.
Yeah, so as long as you're not in trouble that way.
Exactly. I mean, more X-Wing ships are on the rise. This is... Yeah, this is an amazing pack because, as you can see, it comes in pairs. It's not your average pack. Yeah.
That'll be a nice $40.
Yeah, yeah, right. The 8th NR2 Y-Wing. That thing is gorgeous looking, and it comes in pairs. So Robert's going to turn down his headset because I can hear myself, but we're going to keep going because we haven't recorded in a while. But here is a close-up shot of those. I mean, honestly, you have the turret facing out the back. It looks like it's got a little bit different details hidden inside of it, but other than that, I love the very fine line detail right there that you can see with red right there.
It does appear that the cockpit has been ever slightly.
Yeah, lifted ever so slightly. You still have a droid back there. It is hidden behind the turret. I know that, these ships are going to have upgrade cards where you can equip a turret. And I do like that it's facing backwards, but not instead of forwards like the usual. So I almost thought, oh wow, is the turret going to be locked in place? Because they don't have enough pilots to pilot or work the gunner slot like the rebels used to have. They just locked it in the forward position and just let them fire away. But yeah, no, it looks.
I don't quite get the technology. World War II enlisted men shooting guns out the back of planes. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, sometimes they just took a pistol out and started shooting because their gunner died. They had no other way of shooting down a pilot or another plane. So yeah, this thing is going to look great. Let's get into what you're going to get. From what I was able to find out online, and also just by, really zooming in on those photos, because, of course, they made the pictures so small that you couldn't see what they were.
Yeah, but they're like you zooming in so the rest of us don't have to.
Oh, it's not 8. It's the BTA-NA2 Y-Wing. It says it right there. But in this, you're going to get expert handling, delayed fuses, concussion bombs, targeting computer, ion turret, engine upgrade. And I agree with someone who posted this online. It looks like the old 1.0 Lightning Reflexes art on the card. So we might get lightning reflexes, but we also know that FFG likes to recycle old art and then make a new card out of it. So that might be a new talent slot, or a new talent card that we haven't seen before. But if we recall from first edition days, lightning reflexes was when you performed a red maneuver, you could then obtain a free focus action. So that might be a possibility. It might be a charge card. We don't know. So that's something to look into or look forward to. We've got Teflon Belly.
A big announcement at... Oh, we're not going.
Yeah, at Gen Con, unfortunately. Well, so the release date for this is September 26th. So it's definitely going to be after Gen Con is when it comes out. I mean, we know that they announced that they're not going to Gen Con. I would love it if there was a secret booth just selling this. I doubt it, though. But that wouldn't be a very nice surprise. But at least they had this ready that we know for Gen Con. We just know that they're not going. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
What were we going to say?
We're playing X-Wing. There's hundreds of X-Wing things going on.
There are a lot of X-Wing events. They're not, officially run, but they are going to be X-Wing events at Gen Con, so we're excited. I'm already playing in, I think, 2 of them, plus I bought a bunch of tickets to jump right in to any event that I can just squeeze into in my ridiculous schedule as is. But let's get back to this before we go on a tangent. If you notice, Robert, that front card right there is an illicit slot. That is a picture of none other than Babu Frick. It's not him as a card because people are thinking he's going to be either a crew slot, gunner slot, but this is some sort of illicit slot to where he's the front photo on it, and it's get a charge. We don't know what the ability is, but
he knows as it is. So this is nice that they're supporting him a little bit.
yeah, I mean. People love him for some reason. He is very small and adorable. He fits right in your pocket, kind of like little baby Yoda. But
with like an ass kicker attitude, he's just cool.
For some reason, his popularity is just like exploded, and I don't know why though. That's what's so like. I don't even think Disney understands. Like, but him really? Okay, sure, we'll roll with it and make little cards out of him. So we have no idea what his ability is. All we know is he comes with charges. It might be related to the, that little template that you see in, oh no, this, where is it? No, I gotta get the right, there we go. In this side, where the charge tokens are, it kind of looks like a debris cloud. And it looks like an explosion out the back. We're not certain if he's the reason for that or if there's a new missile that's coming out, because there is a new missile that I could see, but I don't know what it is, that it might be something to the effects of something out of first edition to where, I don't know, Babu Freak drops a charge and that drops out the back and it jams you, and because of, his special ability as a technician, so that might be it, or the missile shoots, it might hit and then drop in front, so I don't know for certain.
Anybody's guess at this point.
Well, it looks like electricity. I have a zoomed on picture of it, but we'll get to that.
Well, that could be an ionization thing, or who knows?
Sorry, everyone, I'm zooming in with my face because I'm looking at a laptop. I mean, it comes with 3 ion tokens, but it does have an ion cannon in the pack. There are lots of shield upgrades and charges because we'll go over one of the upgrades later. And there is strain tokens that come with it, so I'm going to assume it has something to do with strain. I would like it to assign something like jam tokens, but I think there are 2 jam tokens in this pack as well. So something to definitely notice and recognize. It could be one or the other. The missiles cause the jam. Bobu Frick.
Babu Frick.
Babu Frick. I keep wanting to say Boba Fett, but my brain is scrambled right now. Yeah. But yeah, we're definitely going to keep an eye out for those because I'm excited for those cards because this pack has a lot of stuff in it, even though most of these cards are duplicates, because these cards are strictly in this pack because of what this thing can do. So without further ado, let's get into the new Republic Patrol Y-Wing. This thing, it's very different. It's got a focus white, its target lock is red, its barrel roll is red, and it has a native red boost. That is not something you see on a Y-Wing.
No, this is a lot of red.
That is a lot of red, but as I said, it comes with expert handling, engine upgrade, and also targeting computer. So it has the opportunity to add a white action to your action bar, because a lot of people think, it turns my target lock white. It doesn't. It keeps that red lock on your action bar, but it adds a white action on your action bar. So if you were really inclined and you wanted to take an action and make it be red because of some sort of other ability, you still have that option to take these actions on your bar, even though you may have also taken an upgrade that adds a white action to your bar as well. Intuitive interface. I don't know if you can read that, Robert, but please read away.
I cannot read that.
It's okay. I can do it. Because normally I have all this blown up for him to read, but this is very hard. So intuitive interface. After you perform an action added to your action bar, by a talent, an illicit, or a modification, you may perform a calculate action.
Oh, it's like one of those buy one, get ones.
Exactly. So with that, you can use expert handling that turns or it doesn't turn it, it adds a white barrel roll action to your bar. So anytime you would barrel roll, you'd also get to perform a calculated action, and the same for the target lock and also the boost with your engine upgrade and also your targeting computer. So anytime that you took a target lock white, it would also allow you to take a calculate action on top of it. And I've played a lot of T70s with Tem and Wexley in my day. Having a target lock and a calculate action every turn that doesn't stress you out.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Oh my god. It's so good, especially when you have an ion turret in your arsenal and you get that nice range one juicy shot and you're like, oh, I'm just going to take a target lock here. I get my calculate. It's not full mods, but let me tell you, it is mod almost full. It really is.
Well, I mean, they're giving you something to go along. I mean, not only are they're mitigating the red on your pilot card, they're turning it white for whatever you need it to be. But it's like, hey, since you're spending the points, have an added, calculate token just for fun. Go out there and do stuff.
And so this is not your typical Y-Wing. It's got a 2 attack, it's got 1 agility, but it's got 4 hull and 3 shield. So it is 1 less health in total than your other Y-Wings, but it has an additional shield upgrade. So
Right.
7 health, not too shabby for a robot.
And everybody would prefer to have shields anyway.
That's what everyone keeps telling me. I still have not bought into that.
I have not either. I have done just as fine with hull upgrade, which is cheaper than shield upgrade, and it all depends. It's the luck of the dice. Let's face it, we are slaves to the dice.
Yeah, and also crits. If crits don't happen, then I don't care. But if the shields are there to block crits, that's always good, especially for those first round engagements to where somebody rolls like hit crit, you roll your blank, and you're like, oh, crap. And then all of a sudden it goes through your, you don't have any shields, goes into your hull, and you've already suffered a crit, and that's damaged engine. Now that ship can't do your hard turns very well. So
Right.
you're like, I really wish I had shields that turn, but it's kind of like, I washed my car today. I bet you it's going to rain. So...
That's so true. That is so true.
I learned that in psychology class. Like, it's things don't actually happen that often. It's your brain saying that it does, only because you're paying attention now.
It's the Eeyore effect.
Basically,
it really is.
All right, so
I'm gonna get a damaged engine now.
I'm gonna get a damaged engine now. So with the dial, of course, we didn't want to zoom in and show you just like a pixelated photo. Just from looking at it and being able to decipher it. Also, some people posting online and stuff that kind of already ahead know about this. The Y-Wing is going to have your classic, 1 bank, 1 straight. Those are all going to be blue. Your 2 hard and 2 banks are going to be white. Your 2 straight, of course, blue, because every ship has a blue 2 straight. And I just want to make sure, 3 bank whites, 3 hard reds, but your 3 straight is going to be blue, which is vastly different from the Galactic Republic, and just slightly better than the Rebel. So it is a little less hull, but it's got a little bit more blue maneuverability than its brethren. And then you have the 4 straight red and then the 4K red, of course. So that's like the basic what you're going to get with this kit. Just this, Robert. Well, I've already asked the people out in our community, what do you think the points are going to be on this? Knowing the red on the left or on the right there, the 1 less health, the base ability that this thing is going to come with, because you're going to want to upgrade it in some way.
What's the Rebel cost for one?
It was 32 for, I think, the Rebel. There, I know I'm going to forget. I posted online too. 31, I think, for the Republic, and then 33 for the Scum.
I
Only
think it's going to come at 32 because you have to buy your cards for it.
32. I maybe. I see. The thing is, with the way that things have been priced in the past, like the Resistance has always been priced more, and that's just because it always has either one extra shield or it's got extra upgrade slots like your tech, which this is
Yeah,
probably
but
going to
this
have.
doesn't really have extras per se. The action bar went down in quality to red.
Hmm.
So the only way you're going to be able to alter that extra action bar is to buy an upgrade card. And let's face it, okay, so we took one of the hull and we got rid of it, but we turned it into a shield. So you're not down anything there. It's a rearranged ship. I don't see it as being a more expensive ship. You're gonna have to spend the points in your cards.
Well, it's actually 2 hull less and 1 more shield.
Okay, but so you got a lesser survivability and you've got all that red on the right hand side. I'm sorry. I don't see it being that much more expensive. I think they'll bump it up a point, and like I say, you're going to have to pay for it with your cards. We don't know what the cost of the cards are yet.
True. I mean, I'm definitely going to say that this is probably going to be 32 points. But with
Holy crap, we agreed on something?
I, I've gone over this in my head like 1,000 times, only because the 1 less health is really getting to people, but the red action bar really does stand out to where you're gonna need one of those slots in order to even use this native ability that it comes with. So you're
Yeah.
already you're not going to say, well, this is 32 points. I'm going to say this is 35 to 36 points because you need one of those upgrades in
Yeah,
order to.
you're going to need to buff it up in order to get the survivability to deal with the lack of survivability.
Yeah, that's so well put. Um, and the Resistance are really not helpful to each other. They're really good aces on their own. I know, they're starting to get into their own, like with Temin, with the new Poe, with one of the A-Wings out there. I know that they can pass off an action, and plus there are crew that can come with the Resistance, but a lot of those crew are kind of selfish when it comes to ships that they're put on after you really want to kit out for those tournaments and for that, really competitive play, like Rey. Rey is a very self-involved ship that just wants to pump out damage and works with 2 A-Wings or sometimes, people mix and match everything. But a lot of those ships are individual pilots just trying to be stars. With this, it's kind of the same thing. You really want some sort of upgrade that's going to make it be able to either barrel roll calculate in those really need spots, even a boost with an engine upgrade. I tried looking for how many points an engine upgrade is for a small ship. I don't think I found one because
Yeah.
nothing has a red boost. That's a small ship.
And here I'm looking at the card. So here we have a generic pilot card,
Yeah,
New Republic Patrol, at an I3.
at an I3. Yeah. I know that from the original
No
picture.
special abilities except what's listed below, but
Exactly. So take a look at those. We've got some I1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. That is a lot of
yeah,
variation right out of your pack because it comes, of course, with 2 ships. But we all believe that that's an I6 Y-Wing, which that's going to be pretty crazy. I mean, it could be Poe Dameron, who the hell knows, but that is something that definitely, I think this has a very nice home, especially since the only bombers really with the Resistance and even the First Order has been the heavy bomber, and that's it. There's nothing else out there that
yeah.
drops bombs in this entire faction, both of them combined. And now finally, both factions get bombers that are a small base. They're going to have a lot of variations, a lot of abilities, because the Resistance bomber only I think has 4 pilots. That's it,
Yes,
and
we're
they're pretty big
we're
on
kind of
points.
lacking.
Well, they're really big on points, so they don't really. You can build a list with it. You can find a home, but with this Y-Wing, you can seriously fit it somewhere with I'm not going to say with 4 A-Wings, because I know people have wanted 5 A-Wings, but, they changed the meta around. This, it might be able to fit somewhere, depending on abilities, because a Y-Wing that can boost normally
Right.
and then take a calculate for free and not be stressed, especially with the droids. I know that you're like, hey, what about the droids? Don't worry. We've got that as well. So we'll go to the next card. This is Wartime Loadout. I'll read this one as well. This one, I'm sorry, it's a big loadout because it's for war. It's a configuration modification. You gain 1 torpedo and 1 missile slot. You replace your ship's ability with the following below, so you don't get the intuitive interface anymore. Now you replace it with devastating barrage. While you perform a missile or a torpedo attack, if the defender is in your bullseye, your crit results cannot be canceled by evade results.
Ouch.
Yeah. So, there's already so many things out there that can change your hit to a critical result. Um,
And it's showing a white reload, a white target lock, and what's that blue thing on top, Patrick?
2 shields.
It
So,
adds what does that add, sir? I'm sorry.
2 shields. So it adds to your 7 health and makes you 9, which then you're ahead of the pack of normal standard Y-Wings.
Something tells me that that's not going to be a cheap card.
You see, that's why this is such an interesting pack, because this says you gain a torp and a missile slot. So are you saying that the standard Y-Wing, this guy right here, does he normally not have that unless this is equipped? Or does it grant him 2 torpedo slots and 2 missile slots? Does it make him all of a sudden have, 1 torp slot and then 2 missile slots?
I'm going to lean towards the latter. If it is a wartime loadout, you're going to load this thing down for bear.
I mean, I'm not going to say you're never going to have 2 missiles or 2 torpedoes, because those torpedoes are normally a lot more expensive than missiles. But it's going to be
A 12-point card.
a very interesting moment.
Because it's a giver. It gives you, look at that. I mean, here's your white target lock. Here's your white reload. Here's here, have a couple extra shields too.
Well, that's the thing. This Y-Wings normally only have a torp slot. They don't have a missile slot natively. So I'm thinking that it comes with 1 torpedo slot, but then this adds another torp and another missile slot. So if that's the case, is it going to then bring this up to the cost of a normal Y-Wing? So it's going to be 35 points, but if you don't take this upgrade, all of a sudden you're at a 29-point Y-Wing.
Well, to answer that question, I guess we would have to ask who designed it.
Well, actually, I believe it was Matt, because he posted right below Twitter, and he said, I'm loving this ship. I love designing the ship. So, we could ask him. He could answer, or he could tell us to piss off. Either way.
Well, yeah, there's that. I mean,
There is
but,
that.
I'm reserving any kind of an opinion until I get it in my hot, greedy little hands to take a look at.
Yeah.
And I can't really take a look at it until there's a points drop. And we are not getting a points drop until, I don't know, sometime before the switch over between them and AMG.
Yeah, it would probably be like right before Gen Con, so...
Or Christmas.
No,
or
not Christmas. If we're
sometime
getting it September
next
26th, no, we'd get it probably either during Gen Con, or they're going to probably live stream and then go over all the contents of the pack like they normally do, and then they'll drop the cost for us before or during Gen Con digitally, which that's what I would do. I don't know why they wouldn't, because they like to keep everything really closely knit together, because I know we love to get into our digital gaming and play this immediately, because I know people are already building the models for TTS to play with. But yeah, it always comes down to cost, but I really think this one super comes down to cost, just because this is one of those configurations to where you look at other ships that have configurations similar to this, like the Delta 7B, and all of a sudden it can take the Delta 7 to a really sleek and slim, cheap ship and then jack it up because of the health increase and the abilities that come with it.
Right.
So, I don't know. This is going to be an interesting upgrade. I don't know if it's going to be well used, if the points are just completely
Well,
ridiculous.
look,
Like,
if it ends up being a 14-point card, yeah,
oh
no,
my
it's not going
God,
to be.
we're sinking today. I was literally about to say 14 points.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
want to
mean,
know what it is? It's because we haven't recorded in weeks, so
yeah, that's got to be it.
we haven't had our normal banter.
But yeah, this is the. I mean, so far I'm not complaining about what's been shown. I mean, this is normally I would say staple that right onto your ship, but
Mm,
it's going to be like, no, I don't think you want to, because this one might be a pricey card, and
yeah,
that's going to be a very specific way to play.
yeah, because you can, if you take, let's say, a proton torpedo, because that allows you to have crits, and then you can take the, I'm just gonna look up the talent slot because I want to get it right. The Deadeye shot, you can take that. Or marksman is Deadeye shot. Yeah, you could do Deadeye shot. That actually may be better for you because when you perform primary attack, oh no, that's primary attack only. Never mind. It has to be marksmanship, so you can take marksmanship and change two of your attacks. Is this? Yeah, perform an attack. So you potentially could just, as long as you get 2 hits, you can change 2 hits to a crit, and then just do 2 critical damage to someone, and then no matter what they roll, they're taking those 2 crits. It's really gonna matter what this thing costs.
Yeah, it is, and
Because
and like I say, I don't see it being cheap.
it's not going to be cheap. So, but that's the other thing. If this gives the Y-wing a missile and a torpedo slot because it natively doesn't have either, then again,
So
I
I
think
mean, and
that's
and and, and remember this: if it, let's say we're right,
yeah,
32 points plus 14 points is 46 points, and I still got to equip the proton. I got to add the proton torpedoes. I got to add the missiles. Mm,
yeah,
welcome to your 54-point ship.
yeah. It's going to take up like a quarter to a third of your list if you're not
So I
careful.
could run 3.
Yeah. And at that point now you're investing multiple points in it to try and keep it relative. So
Alive.
you're going to load out bombs. It's going to take up your modification slot, but if this thing gets a tech slot, you're going to want to take something that is going to make it hit a little harder.
Yep.
But yeah, this is going to be one of those yay or nay things to where it's going to be way too expensive and no one's going to touch it, or the basic ship is going to be so cheap that everyone's just going to, you can buy 2 of them now in a pack. That's amazing. You don't have to buy one. So you buy two packs of this, you get 4, and now you may
Yeah.
have a full set. And then depending on how much they cost and what you load them out with, then maybe you can squeeze in a 5th ship, and go crazy with
Well,
it.
and I mean, from the pictures, I mean, you are getting a bunch of stuff.
Yep. Yeah, you are getting a huge
Yeah.
pack that can make this Y-wing
You know,
very
so
versatile.
you figure base cost of one ship now in the new times in 2.0, instead of being it's a $20 per ship, so figure this is gonna be a $40 pack.
Yeah, I mean, I probably 39.99. I would not
Yeah,
doubt.
okay, that penny. Okay, yeah.
Well, no, I wanted to say 34.99, but I don't think they're going to do that. I would not
Nope.
mind buying two of each, or not 2 Y-wings, 2 of these packs, so I have 4 of them, and then I have everything that I need because it looks like it just comes loaded out with
Right.
everything.
So not a bad thing.
All right, so there are 2 droids with this. I could not find the other droid because normally what I'll do is I'll look at the pictures. I can spot them by memory. With the other droid, I could not figure out what it was, but this one was leaked on Reddit, or it was Gold Squadron. Might have been Gold Squadron Discord channel, but this is Watchful Astromech. And again, while you perform a reload or rotate action, if you are in an enemy ship's firing arc, you may perform a red calculate action. So there you go. I mean, we just saw that this upgrade makes Your reload's white, so if you do a reload because you just dropped a bomb and it's a concussion, you don't want to have to drop another one the next turn. You can reload, still get a minute calculate action because don't it works for the droids, and you just become stressed, and
Right.
there you go. You then have a nice calculate after you just reloaded, and now
Go 3 forward, and it's a blue. So
yeah. And I mean, so the possibilities of this are endless. Let's say you launch that proton torpedo, you nailed someone, you didn't have to spend the target lock. You're like, awesome. Let me do a 1 forward, reload, take a calculate action, and shoot again.
yep.
Like, and you hit the. I know this is very specific, but let's say that you hit an ace with an ion crit, and it had to do a 1 forward, and you now know where it is. You just reload, shoot him again, and you're still full with your proton torpedo. Like, oh man, this is gonna be
Yeah,
a jousting monster.
you're just tagging and bagging.
Exactly. Oh geez. So with this droid, I would say 3 points, 4 points maybe.
I don't see it going above 4 points. I think 3 points is dead on.
Because it's that rotate again. Because you can
It's
you can do the rotate white, and then you still get. It's basically like having your
yeah,
basic intuitive interface.
yeah. You do this, you may do this.
It's slightly red though, but it's okay. You now have the
You have a
1,
ton of
2, or
blue.
3 straight, and the 1 bank. And then, geez, yeah, I think it's going to be a very good. Plus, the resistance astromechs are very expensive for what they do. A lot of
Well,
them.
they don't have a lot of them.
Wait a minute. They do have a good amount of astromechs.
Nah,
It's
nah,
just
nah.
they're very expensive.
Resistance got cheap, bad stuff. They're really not, anything important. There's no Republic
Let's
forces
see.
anymore.
Yeah, they have R2 Ha. They have R6 D8 for 4 points. They have R1 J5, R5 X3. But I'm already in the 5-point range, and then also M9 G8, and then you get to the R2. They're all like 4, 5, 6 points, and people just don't really want to invest that many points in the resistance, especially since you're only flying a max of 4 ships now. I mean, I know there
Right.
are those out there that can take, 5, 6 ships, but a lot of the resistance are 3 or 4 ships. So you can't really invest that many unless all of a sudden you're flying 2 ships. Then yeah, 5-point droid. I don't care about that. That's nothing. But all right, so that is the weird debris cloud that we were seeing before.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to strain you, but it also could jam you because those tokens are there, especially with Babu Freak on the card himself. I'm thinking,
Babu Frick and Grogu go into a bar together.
yeah.
And Babu says to Grogu, God, could our names get any more screwed up than they already are?
Oh, I'm trying to think of other crazy names, and yeah, there are a lot of things that are just absolutely ridiculous. But Babu Frick, what are you gonna do? Oh, Grogu. There you go. That's a nice, solid clearing of your throat. Grogu. You okay? No, I'm just telling you my name. It's Grogu. Yeah. So it could pop out the back. It could be something that's launched. I have no idea. I mean, speculate wildly, everyone. If you know, go ahead and leave a note below. Because this could be a new missile to where you just launch it 5 straight, it explodes. Who the heck knows when it comes to FFG and the newest things that are coming out, especially with Babu Freak again on,
Yeah.
on it.
So go on and get your frick on.
Exactly. All right, so there is your Resistance Y-Wings, the BTA-NA2 Y-Wing. I don't know. What do you think, Robert? Is this going to bring you back into, flying your other bombers with these, or are you like, it's just another bomber?
It's just another bomber. I'm just so thrilled that FFG and its infinite wisdom decided that we needed more K-Wings when we could have, I don't know, upgraded the K-Wings. Why Y-Wings? Just have some K-Wings. Show some love to us people who play K-Wings.
I know. I wish the K-Wings would get re-released. They'll probably never see hyperspace, unfortunately, even though no one's flying hyperspace right now.
Nope.
To find a home for these things. Yikes. I've rattled my brain. I mean, to put these with maybe 2 A-Wings, I don't think that's going to really solidify them in a meta. You could try to take these with Rey if you could fit them in, because I know flying Rey with 2 A-Wings. But I know people then yell at me and say, that's just another Rey list, you son of a gun. See, there you go. Robert with the... that's our community. But
It is. I mean, we love our community. We drink beer together. We have mac and cheese bites, and we laugh at each other's jokes. But it's our community that is like, "Arr, scream, pitchfork, flame, fire pad, arr," like, yeah.
So what I will say right now, I'm excited to see what the other droid does, what the illicit slot does, because that could unlock things for other ships down the road. We also have no idea what these pilot abilities are for these Y-Wings.
None
So,
whatsoever.
I mean, I'm going to say right now, with almost certainty, that these things are going to fit in already meta-ized lists. So lists that are already meta, like, you've got the, what is it? The resistance, beef list that people are doing, where it's like either Finn or Rose with some T-70s and then also an A-wing, or they just fly with just Pava and stuff like that. That might
Yeah.
replace one of the
I think
existing X-wings.
I think these are going to be relegated to as an add-on ship to a current list.
Yeah,
I don't think that anybody's be going, oh man, I want these to be the whole list and nothing but the. I don't see it that way.
I
I
know.
really don't.
There just isn't enough in the resistance yet. I mean,
Yeah,
the rebels have an ungodly amount of ships, so does the Empire, and everyone's just flying 5 of the Barons with the proton rockets. We've
right.
got we've got everyone flying whatchamacallit, the Adas. People are taking Zam and Django. Like, these are the lists that are out right now. I'm really excited to see what the pilot abilities are that might shake things up just a little bit, depending on what they can do.
Well, we hope so.
Especially when it looks like it's going to be related to torpedoes and missiles with the wartime loadout. So it might be something that a pilot ability says, instead of the bullseye, it's now your full arc that gets to change a hit to a crit, or something of, droid that lets you reroll your attack dice when only shooting munitions. I know I'm blowing smoke up everyone's tuchus right
So
now, but
here's a question for you.
yes.
Go back to your other picture. Are there any arc indicators that came with the set?
You mean to show which way your arc is
Mobile
facing?
firing arcs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's 2 of them right there.
Okay. So
Because
we know it's going to be forward and aft.
Yep, so it's going to let you rotate your arc fully. It's going to shoot turrets normally. It's just,
Now, had there not been those, I would have said, okay, so it's only going to be forward and rear arc.
Yeah. I almost was looking for that to see if that was a thing because of the arc facing backwards. I
Mm-hmm.
looked to see if there was anything saying that this thing can only fire out of its rear arc. But no, this thing's going to fire turrets normally. It's going to fire munitions normally. It really depends now on pilot abilities. You can see that we're going to get a lot of them, and also what these remaining elite and illicit slots are, especially the new missile that's coming out. So other than that, I got nothing.
Same here.
Awesome. So again, September 26th is when this drops. Let us know what you're excited about. Let us know what we got wrong. Let us know what we got right. And other than that, thank you guys for watching. We're now going to do the First Order. I don't know if Potter's froze. Okay, no, you're not frozen now.
No, I was just letting you go, dude, because
Okay,
you were all
perfect.
excited about it.
I am. So, okay. Did I just move all of that? Yes, I did. All right.
Yes,
So,
yes, you did.
First order. Let's
Well,
get her. All right. We're back from a really quick break, but we're going to keep pressing on with the fury of the First Order.
yeah, because they're really upset kind of people.
Oh my God, yeah. Have you ever seen Hux's speech? The guy's
Oh,
furious.
I know. He was so Hitler-like. Oh, wait,
Very.
they tried for that.
Oh, absolutely. So, as you can tell, there's some very strangeness going on with the Whisper right there. Kylo Ren, he doesn't have a arc. He just has a bullseye firing arc.
Yes.
So that's going to really limit some things for this ship. We'll go over those.
Would
The
it
bombers.
also be a misprint?
No, I don't think so. Because this thing also has a turret. Spoilers. That you can equip to it. We've got the bomber that is got its normal arc. There's an
Not
I.
just one bomber, but two glorious bombers.
Yeah, you get two in this pack. They have normal arcs. One's an I-2, one's an I-5. I believe that's Breach. We unfortunately, I know his ability, but I'm not going to tell you guys what his ability is. I'm not allowed to. So let's get into it. This is everything you're going to be getting with this. Hey, look, it's that same weird thing that looks like a weird explosion. Babu Freak is not in this, so it must be for those missiles. See? I pay attention, everybody. I look. So, what I could see from this pack, what I could decipher, and what I find online. This thing, it has homing missiles, proton rockets, cluster missiles, ion torps, advanced optics, prime thrusters, ion limiter, override, concussion bombs, delayed fuses, and an engine upgrade. That's from one of the two columns there. There are 3 gunners. Have no idea what they are. I could not decipher them. And they don't look like anything that's already out there. And there is 3 force abilities. Could not decipher them. Didn't know what they are. If you do know, please leave a note below so you can tell me. I have no idea what they are. One of them has a picture of Kylo Ren. So that might be a new ability for him. Because
Ark and
his
brooding Kylo Ren or happy-go-lucky at the end of the last movie Kylo Ren?
supreme leader, Kylo Ren.
Ooh, so really dark and broody.
Dark and broody, very emo and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what comes in this pack. As far as the dials, basically what you can get out of a standard ace. I'll pull that up in a minute because I remember I saw it, and then of course I didn't write it down because I was so giddy that I completely forgot to. But we can press on while I pull that up, and we can then go on to other things. So, wait, did somebody already just find another card that's hidden amongst the nonsense?
Maybe.
Oh, spoilers in portable device browsing for Infinity. Oh my goodness. I'm finding this live. Yeah, that's that. That's that. Okay,
So
nothing new.
we've got
Thank good,
3
nothing new.
small base ships, a $60 bonus pack.
Yeah, all for your convenience. So, let's go into first just this real quick. So you can see Kylo Ren is on the photo there. There's a very large ability. There's 2 more to his right. I know, Robert, what you're going to see there is not new shiny cards. You're going to see why is there so much text. Because there is a lot, and I do mean a lot of text on those force abilities.
So
So
if it's a
that's
Tuesday afternoon and you're
it's
playing before 9 p.m., you may choose at your discretion to not drop a bomb or drop a bomb. If you drop a bomb, it has to have a lasting effect until at least Thursday afternoon. Oh, wait, turn card over for rest of text.
yeah. I
Over.
hope not. All right. So for the TIE Ellen Whisper Mowers Interceptor, it looks like it's going to have a 1 white hard, and that's it. Your 2 white hards, 2 bank blues, 2 straight blue, a 3 sloop, your 3 white hards, 3 blue banks, 3 white straights, 4 blue straights, a 4K, a 5 blue straight, and a 5K. So pretty quick of a
5K is
ship.
white.
The 5K is definitely red. Sorry,
Okay.
if I said white, I meant red. As far as, well, you know what, we'll go over the bomber later, but we'll stick with Kylo's ship right here, the one that dies in the first 10 seconds. So you are going to notice like the 3 force abilities, lots of text. So again, I have no idea what they do. We'll find out. I'm eventually very excited. You can see that the jam is next to this little pile or that little explosion template that's now there. So that's what I'm assuming it's going to do with the new missiles. And there's a cloak token in there.
Hmm.
A cloak token. That's new.
Oh,
Never seen anything like
cloaked
that before.
bombers. God, cloaked
Yeah.
bombers.
We're going to go over those last, though. All right, so...
How do we know that they're not cloaked bombers?
Because no ship that small is a cloaking device. So, this is just your generic 709th Legion Ace. It's got a focus into a turret rotate, an evade, a target lock, a barrel roll into another rotate, and then... Or is that reload? I can never remember.
It's
And
rotate.
then it is rotate. Okay, boost into a rotate. I only say that because I'm rambling on, and then I realize. So this is very much like the Nantex.
And everybody loved the Nantex.
So this is my whole thing. Like, you're like, maybe it's a misprint, or this, that's one look at it, but then other people are like, this thing's terrible. It's like,
No, the mystery's solved right now.
but it has a force user, we know, Kylo Ren. We have not seen any other abilities except for Kylo Ren's, and this has heavy turret weapon. You can rotate your arc indicator front or back. You must treat the requirements of your missiles as the turret, so you can shoot missiles at your tush. And I mean, I'm with certain individuals of the X-Wing community. Just because it has rotate in every almost single action does not mean it has an action economy just built into it.
Right.
But it also means that it can do things that other ships that we know can't do these things, much like the A-Wing. It can do the focus, but then it can rotate for it red. This is white.
Right.
I don't know why.
This is completely opposite of what we just saw for the Resistance, whereas everything was red. This is, hey, we're going to let you do a whole bunch of white stuff. We're going to let you focus into a reload. We're going to let you evade for white. Oh, you want a target lock? Do it for white. It's okay. Barrel roll? White. Hey, and you can reload. Hey, oh, you want to do a boost? Oh, you can. And it's going to be white. And you can reload.
Yeah. I don't like the evade. I'll go over why later. Or right now. So, let's go into Kylo, because I think that's the next card. Yes, there we go. So, Kylo Ren is in this ship, obviously, still at I-5, but you'll definitely notice a huge difference with Kylo in this ship. His new ability, before an enemy ship in your bullseye arc has dealt a face-down damage card, you may spend 1 force. If you do, that damage card is dealt face-up instead.
So no matter how many shields you have, you're going to get it face up, and it's going to count against your hull.
If you're dealt a face-down damage card like Concussion Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
If you all... And I hate timing charts because they give you a headache, they give me a headache. So Concussion Bomb goes off, you receive a damage card, you take a strain to flip it face down. Does Kylo then spend a force to flip it right back up, so now you're strained and you get a face-up damage card to boot? Or do you just take the face-up damage card so you don't get a strain?
No, because if you have to time it and follow the steps, he deals it to you. He spends his force charge then. It flips the card up. You then flip your special ability to flip it down by taking the strain, and therefore you just get a damage card against your hull.
See, we're gonna. You know what? Now I want to read Concussion Bomb. Not to, actually screw it. We're starting fires, people. Just get used
Yeah,
to it.
let's not. You know
Let's
what?
not mince words.
Let's just wait until D judges it.
No, oh damn! I was about to say no, but then I forgot we interviewed him. Go check out that podcast episode if you'd like over at Recon Specialist TV on podcast or on Podbean, iTunes, and also Android. So at the end of the activation phase, it detonates. When this device detonates, each ship and remote at range 0 to 1 is dealt 1 face damage card. Then each ship at range 0 to 1 must expose 1 damage card. I know what you're all thinking. It's like, what are you talking about bombs for? Because they go off during, the engagement phase and stuff like that. But I just don't like it. I don't like that it's before an enemy ship and your bullseye is dealt face down. But I know it's going to go bomb. You take a strain, and then when he shoots at you, he's just going to flip it face up again. When he shoots at you, or he can after he's dealt you a face down damage. I don't like it. Because, again, it's going to do things that
Too
I
many
don't like.
notes.
I know I'm screwing up the timing charts, but guess what? It's 10:30 at night. I'm tired. But yeah, that's an ability that's going to be fun, especially since, and please, set me on fire, community, if I'm wrong. If I deal 3 damage cards face down, I can spend 3 force. Because it's 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage. They're each dealt individually. So I could potentially, yeah, there you go. There's Padre starting a fire. Don't melt your computer screen. So if I deal 3 damage cards, I can potentially flip one up, make you deal it to yourself. Let's say it's a direct hit, and then but it might be a saving text if it says is dealt a face down damage card, so it means you don't only do it once. Guess what, rules lawyers? Go nuts.
Yeah.
The
Well,
Go ahead.
just looking at the whole card, the action bar, and everything you get with the 3 force, the 2 shields, 3 hull. Oh, I got 2 defense die, and I got 2 out of my mobile firing arc, and I have 3 out my primary firing arc, which it is a bullseye firing arc. There is no width. You were right. It's not a misprint. This card proves it. And it's 2 cards that proved it, because it's not only is it Kylo Ren, but it's that other ship that has the bullseye firing arc. So it's 3 out the front in your bullseye, period, exclamation point. If you miss, you miss. Thank God there's a lot of slop in between the nubs, though.
Exactly. Not in the digital world. So, of course, as you just read it off, it does have 2 evade, which is nice when you're shooting at it, not when you're defending with it. But it's got a turret on it, a natural one that can shoot out the front and the back. So in those rare cases, you're going to have to guess, okay, is it going to stop short and shoot me in the bullseye, or is it going to fly over me and shoot out the back? Or it can even fly over you and shoot a missile out the back by taking a target lock. And it's pretty healthy. 3 hull, 2 shield. We already know, I know A-Wings have that natural 3 evade. But
And it's going to be barrel rolling like crazy. And if you got a ship that's going to be able to give it another ability on your action bar, okay, so I barrel rolled and I boosted and I reloaded all at the same time.
Yeah,
And,
exactly. So, I mean, this thing could swing right, rotate backwards, swing left, rotate backwards, and all the while it gets its focus or target lock, and all those special goodies. I know that the pack has a bunch of mixed upgrades, but it probably is going to have the missile slot. Hopefully it won't have a torp slot, just because it specifically mentions that in this heavy weapons turret. So it's probably going to have a native missile slot. But there's a new missile in the pack, so we'll see what that is. It might just completely jam you, and then all of a sudden you're getting beat up from a 2 attack turret, which we all know it works as long as you can spam stuff. So we'll see what happens with Kylo Ren and all of this and all the upgrades they can take. But that 3 force definitely scares me now that he has 3 instead of the 2.
yeah.
This one is also sending everyone for a spiral.
Jesus.
And this is why I'm so uptight about the card. And you're like, oh, it's not
Oh
that
my
bad. It's
God.
got 2 defense dice, but it's like, but now this is a thing too. So
When you jam, you can choose yourself or another friendly ship.
Mhm.
While you defend, the attacker has no green tokens, or there is a jammed ship in the attacking arc. You may roll 1 additional defense die. Oh my God.
So that's why I'm hesitant when saying it's only got 2 defense dice, because it basically can turn itself into an A-wing that has a bullseye arc. It can fire out of the front and the back, and it's got all of these other goodies with white action. So even if you're like, I don't need to rotate my arc, I've got you in the bullseye, let me focus and jam you.
So you add that on, focus and jam. Well, let me barrel roll and jam you. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, let me boost and jam you. Oh, you know what? Forget that. I'm just going to jam you.
Yeah. Again, we're
What?
gonna go
Who
back and
designed this card?
well, we're gonna go back
Why?
and forth because we need to figure out points, of course. Is this going? Well, like everyone's saying, this needs to be like 9 points. I happen to agree. It's gonna be an
Uh,
issue.
I would put it up at 14.
And no, I don't think that high, because I'm sure this with Kylo and the other ships here,
Yeah,
they're
you know what? No,
they're
I
going to
would
be a
agree
little
with the 9
pricey.
points because they're going to be pricey.
Yeah, especially now that Kylo is 3/4. The other thing I forgot to mention, this is the one thing I don't like about this ship is it has a native white evade. There, you don't have to spend a force because there are non-force users that are going to use this ship. I really wish his was purple because there's nothing harder than hitting a 3-force ship with an evade token.
And
Because we already know that that's a hard ship to kill with just 1 force and 1 evade. This
what's
thing
your
has more.
what do you think the baseline costs?
For this Kylo Ren, let me look at his normal cost. I think it's like in the, I can't remember his price because it's changed. Yeah, 76. I'm hoping this guy is relatively close to that. Hopefully 80. And I know, don't make him 80 points. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
He'll be
there's
just
only
fine.
one. You can only take one. So
And
yeah,
people are going to say,
if
double
they kept it at
repositioning. It's like,
anywhere between 76 and 80, I'm happy camper with.
yeah. And it's just, this card, I think somebody said it, this thing's going to be like 3 points. And and our friend in Discord was like, it better not just be 3 points. And then everyone's like, it's probably now going to be 3 points because we said it was. So that's what I'm saying. Probably going to be 3 points because, if I'm not mistaken, it's now jam is not just your range 1 ban. It's in the bullseye at range 2, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this thing will heart the bullseye, especially if you get it at range 1. You can take a focus, jam something off, and that includes target locks. And the person who's jamming gets to decide, so it's target locks, reinforce, focus, evades, calculates. You just get that right off the
Yeah,
ship, and then blast it with your 3 to 4 dice attack. And then whatever other upgrades that this thing is going to be taking. So,
yeah, he's just going to slap you around the board.
oh, absolutely. He's going to be a monster. Other than that, I don't think there's anything other than what we discussed. I mean, this thing is going to be, I think, competitively replacing the silencer because I know people are taking that. I think it's definitely going to be an option because you have so many things already with the First Order. You have the silencer,
Yeah,
you have the BA interceptor. This is just going to be another. What else is there? I think that was it. Yeah, because I'm thinking the Empire. So this is just another ace that's going to fill, I guess, another ace gap. I don't
yeah,
know. But
yeah,
yeah.
because we need more aces. We don't have enough aces.
And that's it. There's nothing in Epic here. I'm sure that's going to come with maybe some Epic stuff, but like this isn't an Epic upgrade. There's nothing in here that's specifically Epic, which I'm a little, sad about. I'm sure it's going to come with, the commander cards that let you fly in a swarm or a squad. But We'll see. Because I definitely don't want 3 of these around the board just jamming everything either.
Knows what the future will,
Yeah, who knows what the
or
future will hold.
so it's not that. Oh,
Let's get on to some good stuff.
bombers, swords.
Yes. So we already know that this thing is coming with concussion bombs, delayed fuses, an engine upgrade, which I get because this has a red engine upgrade. I don't think I saw a targeting computer, but it doesn't really need it because it's white. And this thing can reload and red evade, much like the TIE Aggressor from the First Order, or from the Empire, rather. The TIE SE Bomber. Do you want to read your favorite part, Robert?
The action bar.
No, the pursuit thrusters.
Bring this.
Oh, you're cutting in and out. Of course you are.
During, you may perform a boost.
You're going to have to leave the room and come back in because your wireless is terrible. All right, while we wait for him. So it's pursuit thrusters. During the systems phase, you may perform a boost action. Wow. I'm going to wait for Robert because I want to talk to him when he gets back as well. Are you back, Robert? Oh, okay, he just left. Let's see if he comes back. Because he also just had a tornado yesterday, so... Yeah, I know my stream is still running. Uh-oh, we may... Okay, now he's coming back.
I hope.
There he is. All right, you're back, sir. So, I just read the ability of this card. What do you think about pursuit thrusters?
I like the pursuit thrusters an awful lot.
So, we've seen resistance with the pilot ability that lets you execute a maneuver, then drop a bomb. We've seen the Genius upgrade. We've seen Cad Bane that lets you drop a bomb and then perform a boost. This is now a complete ship.
Yes, it is.
Every ship is going to have this ability.
Yes.
And for those of you,
horrible.
You go over what you can now do with this ship.
Well, so here's the systems phase. You may perform a boost. Now with boost action, you could use that for somebody's firing arc. You could get closer in for a shot, do all sorts of things. But now the question is, the systems action.
Hold on. I want to get this to where you aren't jumping around. I'm going to turn off video for me. I want you to turn off video for you. And let me jump out of the room here. There. I've stopped sharing my screen. You've stopped sharing your screen. I want to get your damn opinion, and I don't want this freaking thing screwing up and taking away from it because you're cutting in and out.
Turned
like
off
crazy.
The stream.
I did, yes. And I'm turning off the window capture. Now I can hear you perfectly. There we go. All right. Go over it. Let's see it. Robert.
And then once you perform that action, this systems phase one action, because I may want to drop a bomb and then boost the hell out of the area.
Or you may want to boost and then drop a bomb.
Correct. Either or.
Yeah. And so there's also...
So is this 2 actions in the systems phase? Because if they are, that's fantastic. I'm thrilled to death. I'm going to be a bombing fool.
Yeah.
I'm going to swoop in, I'm going to boost into, know exactly where I need to be, and boom, I'm going to drop some ever-loving bomb action on top of you, and like, see, out or I'm going to get into your way, or I'm going to get your T and drop a bomb. I am going to do something that I'm allowed to do. I don't care what it is.
So there's going to be a lot of things. Like, I'm not going to say this is going to be errated. I do wish they would have been a little bit more careful with it,
With their
because,
wording,
yes, because it doesn't say this is the only action you can perform. This doesn't, say a red boost action, so at least you had to clear it or couldn't do any other shenanigans afterwards. Because immediately I'm going to, but where's my stapler? Stapler composure to it. Because
right?
even then I could, for free, perform a boost, fail that boost, get my free focus, do a 5K, or I forget what we haven't gone over the dial. I have it right here. This thing can do a 1 white bank, a 1 blue straight. It can do 2 talon rolls, 2 white hards, 2 white hards, 2 white banks, 2 blue straights, 3 white hards, 3 white banks, 3 blue straights, 3 K turns, 4 white straights, and the famous 5K, which bombers are known to do. So immediately I'm going to take composure because I'm going to fail that nice boost that you're giving me for free. Take my focus, do a 5K, probably drop a bomb first though.
Yeah.
And I still have my focus. And you're like, well, it's only 2 attack. And it's like, no, it's okay. I have either proton rockets or something to
Or
that
something.
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. To where I can still fire my torpedo. Or I had a target lock from the previous turn and stuff like that. So I don't like that this is what it is, but I do love it for that simple fact. I can do a boost and then drop a bomb, or drop a
Yep.
bomb, do a boost, and then redirect
Or is there
myself.
going to be a card somewhere else that's going to allow you to drop a bomb as an action?
Yeah, maybe, which would even be worse, because this also will still let you do your normal action on top of it. So you can still execute your boost, drop a bomb, because they are at the same time during the systems phase. It doesn't say after you've dropped a bomb or before you've dropped a bomb. It just says during the
Right.
systems phase, which leaves it up to the pilot. And then you can execute your maneuver, which is probably going to be white. And then you can take a normal action, which could be to barrel roll and then target lock. So you're getting technically 3, 4 if you count the bomb of actions.
Right.
So, wow. And it also has the same health as an empirical bomber, which is 6, but it's 2 shields instead, 2 evades, and then 2 base attack.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
very powerful.
I'm seeing that. It's going to be a good ship, and if, like I say, if we can have the two, I mean, if we can do what we can do in the systems phase, I mean, it says here I could drop a bomb in the systems phase,
Yeah.
and this card here says I can do that. It doesn't say or, it says do.
Yeah. Which
So
I would even understand that. During the systems phase, you may drop a bomb or perform a boost action. Like so, and everyone's probably screaming, the boost action's red. And I was like, it comes with an engine upgrade with it. I don't know why you wouldn't put that on there as well to make that engine upgrade white. Also, and I'm always shady on the rules here, because I know it says perform a boost action, which means that it defers to the card's action on its bar. But I mean, you could even argue it says perform a boost action. It's like, oh, that's a white action because it doesn't specify a red action, but it's going to be red because the one on the ship is red. You'd have to take an engine upgrade to make all this work. I don't know how much that engine upgrade is going to cost, but it's going to be worth it regardless.
right. Just so you can give yourself the opportunity to try and do this until somebody screams judge.
Yeah. Well, you've been saying since the beginning you've been very upset with how the bombs are in second edition. A lot of people disagree with you. But this might just be something that nudges bombs back into a meta, to where you don't have to take now.
I will still maintain, and I still maintain, mining in systems phase, bombing in action phase.
Yeah, because when you drop a mine, you usually are just dropping it behind you. During a bombs phase, you're moving while launching it forwards.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's just
it's
the way
like
it is.
telling a B-52 before you take off, drop your bombs on the tarmac, and then you can leave.
Well, no, you just stop in the midair and then drop your bomb and then keep going.
Yeah, no,
But you
it's not how
have
this works.
you have thermal detonators that are so cheap. You have ion bombs that no one takes that are so cheap. But then the other one is, thermals and concussions. This may make their points go back up after this ship is released. I don't know why
And
you
that's
wouldn't take
fine.
bombs.
And that's fine. You
Well,
know,
I just you would want bombs, and everyone's it's gonna melt. I'm like, no, they're not gonna melt. If you've got two aces out there with maybe two of these bombers, you can chase down my bombers. You better kill them in the first shot because they're either gonna boost left or boost right, and then you're gonna have to guess that, and they're either going to too hard in, barrel roll target lock, or they're going to 5K and still get a focus, and then still be able to shoot you, and then now they're behind you. So this is going to be a very maneuverable ship that can bomb you much better than most bombers that are out there.
right.
So, I mean, there you have it. I mean, I'm excited for the ship. I know you're doubly excited.
I am.
This
I
might
truly am.
be,
I haven't been excited in a while. But this, I definitely am. I going to go out and drop $60 on it? Yeah, I am.
you
But
might not
but
need to with this
but
pack. This pack's probably going to be, normally they're like $45 or $50. They don't make you spend $20 per ship because it's just a better deal. So that's how much it'll probably be online. I know you can pre-order it right now, so we actually can check how much each of these packs are, because I know it was on the Asmodee website already. This is the second time it's been on the website.
oh,
Asmodee.
I'm frankly very disappointed with Asmodee right now. So
Oh, I don't want. Yeah, we're not about to bash them.
I'm not going to bash them. I'm just very disappointed in them right now.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. That's my favorite thing ever. Because that's the thing with competitive play. Robert and I are not really in the competitive format any longer, but we like to hash out some lists and stuff like that. So yeah, this is $50, which is amazing value for the two Y-Wings. I'll keep looking for that. One list that him and I, and even Joseph, he's listening right now, that we play tested was 5 Y-Wings and with some bombs and turrets. And I saw that Hopeful on I3 Y-Wings is really, really good. And the
Yeah,
reason is when you lose one of those Y-Wings, because they all have bombs, all of a sudden you have the option to boost. And if all of a sudden your opponent is taking out a Y-Wing and he doesn't see what's about to happen, they're just going to shoot. You're going to be happy that it blew up, and then they're going to go, why are you happy? And I'm like, boost, drop a bomb next turn, and now that pilot can't do anything about it, especially if it's a mine,
right.
because that's what literally happened to one of my opponents. He shot one of my Y-Wings, killed it. I maneuvered, and I had a proximity mine, and I dropped it and blew him up. And he goes, crap, this is going to kill him. I'm like, no, it's a proximity mine. It won't do 3 damage. And it fell onto an Ada Anakin, and it blew him up. So, and that's the thing. I had to spend so many points to make that happen. Now it just happens for free with this ship. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's
But
going to
no, I'm
be.
very excited. It's going to be good. I'm going to look forward to testing it out and seeing what it can do. But like I say, it's all going to be in how they rule that system space.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think it's going to work out exactly how we said it is. There's not going to be any debate. I'm just thinking that you can do some of these bombers with Malorus, because I know he likes to use his ability to let things reroll. And I know these things can tank a shot, because I know there's the Focho, or it's not the Focho anymore. It's like 7 TIFOs or 6 TIFOs with Malorus. That's a thing right now. I know you've got Kylo Ren with Tavson. I wouldn't mind having some of these with them, especially since they can be a torp carrier, a bomb carrier, and God knows what else.
Right.
Especially since Kylo can be jamming things. Jesus, it's going to be a fun day. All right. So that's the pack. Anything else to add, Robert?
I got nothing else to add.
Excellent. So guys, leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and share. Do all those other things that make channels, super big and huge. You can click any of our links below. We do have a Patreon page, so if you like Recon tokens, you can become a Patreon, help us support the channel here, and also get some really good gifts that we like to put out quarterly, such as tokens, cards, and anything else that we're inventing because you guys are supporting us so well. We have our other YouTube channel, which I'm not going to say we'll be shutting it down soon, but we'll start feeding more of that into this channel, which is Recon Specialist TV, because right now you're watching Sling Paint Gaming, and you can go like and subscribe over there. Maybe we'll keep the channel up if enough people subscribe. We also have our Twitch channel, which is Recon Specialist TV, where we do live things. Not some more, because I'm in my living room, and my office has been completely shut down. Matter of fact, I just
After you had it built and put all together.
I did. All I needed to do was carpet it. I had to dig a trench for the past 2 days, line it with a pipe and a drainage, and also then put rocks over it, then re-cement it, and then put a sump pump in, route the pump out the top of my house. Me and my wife's uncle did that in 2 days. We busted our humps and got it done, and it works flawlessly. Thank you, Walter. We also have our podcast. You can go over to Recon Specialist TV, the podcast, and listen to us talk about, X-Wing. We just interviewed, of course, D about judging and the new Atomic Mass Games forms. We interview Sean Tiernan, which is going to be our next episode. We're going to talk about more HOTAC missions. We go over everything over there. And then what else are we missing? What else do we got?
We're not missing anything.
Oh, 2 Facebook pages.
Oh, yeah, we got Facebook pages too.
Yeah, we're going to be posting a ton of questions about these cards and what you're excited about. There's Rec Spec X-Wing Miniatures and then Recon Specialist TV on Facebook. So yeah, also Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram if you want.
Yeah,
That's where
it's amazing.
That's where I post all of our other stuff as well.
So
Yeah.
check all those things out.
So thank you guys. We love putting out our videos. We love you guys watching them and giving us critical feedback. Other than that, have a good one.
See ya.
Later, and play casual.